Okay, so you all have requested it, and I've also asked you all for questions that you might have from my parents since this journey has begun for us. So obviously, these are my parents. This is my father Stanfield, and this is my mother Sandra. Say hi, guys.
Good evening, one and all. How are you?
Hello.
You all are so weird. It's so funny. Anyway, this is new for them. They're so uncomfortable. My mommy's a little bit nervous. So bear with us. We're all very, very new to this. So these are questions that I kind of asked my followers and some of my viewers that they could possibly have for you. Because the one question that I always got was, well, how do your parents feel? How are they taking this whole, little situation? So I have here, now in your phone, some questions that viewers want to know. So are you ready?
We're ready.
We are ready.
Okay. So, question number 1. Overall, how has this experience been?
Well, this has been a wonderful experience. I guess she's talking about the adoption.
Yeah.
Is that what you mean? My husband and I, Stan and I, have been married 37 years last year. We got married in 1983. I'm sorry, last week.
Last week, Friday, April 3rd.
Anyway.
I remember. It's precious. Okay, go.
So, anyway, we got married 1983, April 3rd.
On Easter Sunday, to be precise.
And
Today is Easter Sunday, by the way. Go ahead, Mama.
we were both educators at the time, both teaching. He was teaching in the high school, I was teaching in elementary school. And we had, of course, aspirations of having a family. So we did try, and unfortunately, I was unable to have children. I have what is called polycystic disease syndrome, so I was unable to get pregnant. However, I did get to go to Atlanta, and I had surgery, and it was laser surgery. It didn't take long, and what it did, it did allow, gave me the opportunity to become pregnant. We were very excited. This was after 3 years of marriage, but unfortunately, it was in the tube. That was an ectopic pregnancy,
Yep.
and unfortunately, it didn't make it. So I think I got as far as 8 weeks, and I lost that opportunity of being a mother and him a father. So we just decided that, if it's meant to be, it will be. However, I still really wanted to have a family, and so did Stan. We then thought about adopting. And you want to add more to that?
I would say that at first I was very, very reluctant, but in the end, we sat, we discussed it, and we agreed that we would love to adopt and bless someone, and also that they would be a blessing to us as well.
So what I did, I went to the adoption agency in Bermuda, and I put our names down. I did that. I took the lead, and we decided we wanted a girl.
That's true. Correct.
So we were waiting, and then the reason we were looking for overseas is because we were both teachers, as I mentioned already, and we wanted to try. We knew so many people in Bermuda. We figured if we adopted in Bermuda, we probably would know their, even if it was a closed adoption, we probably would know who the child was born to. So anyhow, we just decided we would go overseas. So when we got the call, and when was it? I believe it was end of August, early September in 1990, that they had a baby for us. We were just over the moon.
Very,
We were
very
so
excited. Very excited. Yeah.
We had a week to get up to DC to get the baby. The school that I was at, within a couple of days, they planned a shower for me at the school, baby shower. Then my sisters.
What school was that?
That was at West Pembroke. That was at West Pembroke. They planned a baby shower for me, which was amazing. And then my sister had planned one again the same week, because we only had a week. So we left on the Friday, picked her up on the Saturday, came back to Bermuda on the Sunday. So it was really quick.
And she was 8 weeks old.
Yes.
Okay, so I guess going from there until now, so what is it like now knowing that I know my birth parents? So how is this experience, the most recent experience, how has that been for you?
I would say we always felt that you should know your birth parents at some point, but we felt that it would be when you were ready, not when we were ready, when you were ready, you would let us know, and we would go out of our way to ensure that that took place. Honey?
Well, as far as that's concerned, which she hasn't asked me yet, but during her teen years it was quite challenging. But at the end of her teen years, when she was getting ready to go to college, she did express the desire to find her birth parents, and I told her that when you're ready to look, I'm right here with you to help you to look. And so she went off to college, and she kind of put it off. So, and I would ask her now and then, are you ready? And she says, not yet, or I'm going to do it. So when she did find them, it was just amazing. It kind of just fell in her lap, really. It's a different story, but she was excited. We were really excited. When she first found them and we spoke with them over the phone, it was exciting, wasn't it? It was
Very.
We were happy. We were just jubilant. So when we went to meet them, everybody embraced each other. We just felt like our families had just grown. So yes, it's her biological family, but we've accepted them as our family as well.
Okay, so to piggyback on top of that, you kind of touched on it already. What were some of the challenges that you faced while raising me? What was the most challenging part?
The most challenging part really was when she hit 13. Shalisa knew from age 4. She was 4 years old when we told her that she was adopted. She came home from nursery school and she told me that her friend's mother was having a baby and the baby was in her stomach, and she asked me, well, I was in your stomach, and I said, that's when I told my husband, I said, Stan, it's time. So we had a book, we had a picture book with the pictures of the baby showers, the pictures going to get her when we first met her, the pictures her coming back home, meeting our family, her grandparents, and her aunts and uncles. So we shared that with her, and we told her, no, you weren't in my stomach. So we told her the truth from the beginning, and she didn't say a word. She was only 4, and when she left the room, I just felt like, okay, I don't think she understood anything. But later, I think it was a day or two later, she was playing with a friend of hers and in her room, and I walked by, and she was explaining to her that she wasn't in her mother's stomach. She understood more than I thought. So she really did seem to grasp it. However, when she hit 13 years old, that's when I think it all really hit home. She realized that she was adopted. She knew she was adopted, but she realized that the biological family didn't have her. So she had questions as to why didn't they have her? Like, what was wrong with her? Why didn't they keep her? So she had a lot of questions to sort out, and so that was the beginning of a challenging time for us. So
Very much so.
we just stood by her. We got support for her. She went to counseling, and I'm glad she went. She was able to open up to someone. So that did help her a lot. So we're very grateful that she managed. Yes, it was hard. It was not easy. I always used to tell my friends, this parenting thing doesn't come with a manual.
No, it
But
doesn't.
we're thankful because we are strong believers in Jesus Christ, and we know that the Lord kept us through those times, and He's kept us right through any difficult times that we have with her. And we're very proud of the young lady that she has turned out to be.
Very proud.
At any point did you feel like you were in over your head? Like, what? Like, why did I decide to do this? Like,
I would
Did we
say,
pick up the wrong child? Like, did you ever feel like that at any
No,
point?
I
I
would
didn't.
say
No,
at
not
no
really.
point did we
No.
feel that way.
No.
We basically felt blessed to have you in our lives, and we just wanted to ensure that you had a good life, but we also wanted to ensure at some point that you will get to meet your biological family, and we would all become one family. And I believe that has taken place. In fact, we believe that has occurred. And we just want to just keep that family bond and that love between your families and with you.
So when you all met each other, so like when my parents met my parents, how did you all feel? Like, what was the feelings that you felt?
We just were happy. We really were. We were really happy for you. But however, I'm not sure how she felt. I think you might have had more challenges with dealing with both families than we did. We totally accepted the
Yeah.
whole situation.
We did. We did.
We did.
So it was just sheer joy.
Share
just
joy.
happiness.
At
Share
that
joy.
time, yes.
Yes.
There was, I would say, a point that your mom and I felt that we felt that you may have become so engrossed in meeting your new family. We were sort of pushed aside there for a bit,
Yeah,
but as strong Christian people, we were there to support.
yeah.
And yes, it was challenging, concerning, but yet God is good and everything has turned out quite well.
Oh, I'm sorry I made you feel that way. I didn't know that. It wasn't intentional. So.
I just think
You do realize
you're
that.
trying
Yeah.
to sort it out in your head.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. It is a lot to sort out. It's hard. I think for me, the hardest part is to find, I guess, the balance. That's something I really struggle with. Is trying to find the balance because it's like, yes, this is something that I've always wanted. I mean, I've always wanted to meet my birth parents. I've always wanted to meet my siblings and all that jazz. But it's a lot to keep up with. Like, it's a lot to keep up with all of it. Whereas it just being the three of us. To whereas it's like, okay, I have two of you, what is it? 3 sisters, 2 brothers. Love them all dearly. I want to know what's going on in their lives, but good grief, like from being just me to to having to try and, I don't want to say care about others, because I've always cared about others, but to find that balance in checking in and checking up on others, it's a lot. It's a lot.
It is,
And I don't
it
want
is,
anybody
it
to
is.
feel neglected, because that's just the type of person that I am. I don't like anybody feeling neglected or left out. So I probably overthink that a little bit more than I should. But that's something I can honestly say that I definitely struggle with. So since meeting my birth parents and my whole fam jam, what's been the biggest adjustment?
Basically, it's just keeping an eye on you as to how you are adjusting. I would say we have accepted everyone, from the grandparents, birth parents, siblings, the entire family. And as you know, we've met them. In fact, we had your mother and her sister and one of your siblings here at the house last summer. It was a wonderful experience for us all.
That was lit.
It was really good. But basically, it's just supporting you, because we realize it's very challenging.
And as I mentioned, we really feel like our family has extended. We went to Florida to our timeshare like we normally do yearly, and we couldn't go there without seeing your grandparents who are living there. And you got to meet your aunt and your uncle that are there. But you know, and your sister,
And your sister.
meeting your sister
Oh
there.
my God, I mean,
Like we
it's
couldn't
amazing.
go there and not call them and you know,
Yeah.
not see them if we can't.
And
you
the
know,
nieces and the
make
nephews.
an effort to see them
Yeah.
anyway.
So what can you say helped you to get through the difficult times then and now? Like, I've heard you all say you're Christians. Obviously, we are Christians. Your faith in God. Is there anything else other than God that has helped you get through it at this time? Well, then and now.
I would say each other as well. You know.
Yeah.
Support for one another, and just being here as parents for you
Mhm.
and being here as a part of your entire family. Not just now the three of us, as you said. Three of us plus my mother,
Right,
my dad when he was alive,
right.
and mom's white and everybody. And you also got to meet as a baby, Pop's white,
You thought I
For
was ridiculously
2
happy.
months.
Yeah.
But basically, it's just been a wonderful journey. Yes, there were some challenges, but if we keep God in the forefront,
Mhm.
and if we learn to show love and show respect for each other, all will be well.
And I don't think it's, to me, I don't look at it as any different from if you were our own biological child. Because parents have challenges with their own biological children through the teen years anyway. We know those are turbulent times. Not always, but lots of times they are. And they're your children. I didn't birth you, but you're my child, and we love you dearly. We've loved you from the minute we set eyes on you. So, that love, nothing's gonna break that love for you.
Ever.
So yes,
That's true.
we will go through the tough times and the good times together. I don't think anybody's life is perfect, but you have all good times.
Yeah.
That's right.
So, I guess since I've met them, I've gotten some wild comments from people. I've gotten a lot of positive, like an abundance of positive comments. But then you would have the oddball who would, have something to say like, your parents were crazy for giving you up for adoption, and things like that. Some of those who just can't understand or who aren't able to see the bigger picture. Like, what message would you have for people who have comments along those regards?
Go ahead.
From my viewpoint, we do not know the circumstances that happened almost 30 years ago. We were not there, but it happened. It happened for a reason, and we became blessed. And now we're doubly blessed because now we have met your entire family. So for those, I guess, naysayers or those who have concerns, is you never know what someone is going through. And we just have to show support and take the situation from where you enter it, what part you enter into that life,
Right.
and be supportive as you can. Stay positive at all times, and show love and caring, and have that faith and that trust as well. Bonnie?
And I just want to say that from my perspective, I've always told you that you were sent to us, you were a gift to us from God. We prayed,
Yes, you
and
did.
we prayed for a child, and yes, you were born to someone else who could not keep you, and we know that must have been very hard for your birth mother to have to give you up.
And birth
Right.
And
father.
birth father, both, and
Yeah.
their families.
Mhm.
But, I just always felt that you were meaner. But I'm just thankful, I thank them, that we had the opportunity to be parents.
Mhm.
So, what advice do you have for adoptive, foster, kinship care parents? What advice do you have for them? Because, I spoke to them, what was it, last May? But it's been a year
Yes, you
already.
did. Yeah.
Last May at the Foster Parent Appreciation Tea. Obviously, you all didn't get a chance to speak. So for any of those in those shoes, or who are interested in adoption, or who are going through it, who are in the process, what advice do you have for them?
Well, I just want to say that when you adopt a child, you are taking a big responsibility. You're taking on a being. The child, you didn't, as I say, you didn't birth the child, but you are promising to love that child, to take care of that child, and you will be that child's parent. However, I do strongly believe the importance, if the child wants to know, because sometimes they don't, but if the child wants to know their birth parents, then find out who they are, help them find out who they are. There are so many reasons why. One, I don't feel that was enough information on the forms that they gave us concerning health issues on both sides of the family.
I had a
And I
close
think
adoption, by the way.
it was a closed adoption, so we didn't have much information about the health of the parents, of the grandparents. And we know there are certain illnesses that can be avoided if people know about them early. So
Right.
like diabetes, heart disease, different things that people may get. If they knew ahead of time, they may, be able to not have it if they eat the right foods. So it's important, and I just feel that it's important for people to know where they come from. I think that's important. But as I said, not every adopted child wants to know the answer. But we encouraged Shalisa, so we were open with her from the beginning. So we, I think that's why she wanted to find them, and she knew that we were
Right.
here to support her with that.
Well, let's be clear. You encouraged me, but you didn't push me.
No, I
You
didn't.
know, because
push
if I
you.
didn't want to, I'm pretty sure you would have supported me in that regard
Right, yeah,
anyway,
yeah,
right?
Yeah,
Right. So, like, if they're interested, then let them go for it.
yeah.
So for the parents who want to take that step, they have to realize initially the baby will be with them, but at some point in time, that child will get older, the child will have many questions. And we have to realize that DNA is much stronger than what's upbringing. Genes are very strong. So we have to realize that there will be some changes taking place, no matter what we've done as the adoptive or the foster parent. Genes will come through eventually. And we have to be willing to accept that, work with that, and show support. Because it's not going to be easy at that time, because we don't know the background of the parents initially. And once we find out, if it's what the child wants, yes, we'll have some idea. But basically, until we find out what's what, we have to realize it's going to happen. DNA is strong, and we have to be there to support that child through thick and thin once you make that step. Because they are a blessing, and God has made it happen to bless both the child and the foster or the adoptive parents.
And one thing I'll have to say, Shalisa, you always said you felt different.
Sure did.
From an age, I would say around 7, she asked me, she said, Mommy, why do I feel different? Why am I different? And I did not understand what she was talking about. But she said she felt different. And then when she met her siblings, her sisters in particular, she's like, oh, now I know who I act like.
It made
It's
so much
unbelievable.
sense.
They act
Yeah,
alike.
yeah.
Their gestures are the same. It's just amazing. And they hadn't even been around each other at all.
That's right. For
It's-
almost 30 years.
Yeah. I mean, I
28
couldn't
years.
really explain the whole I feel different thing. I still can't. But I know what I mean once I got around my biological family. I knew exactly what I meant because I was like, okay, this makes sense. This is, I guess, I can only assume that once I got around them, this was the feeling, I guess, of belonging. But I don't want to say that I didn't feel like I belonged with you all. I don't know. It's that whole nature versus nurture debate.
Yeah.
It's no real words to. I can't find the words for it. I really can't. But it's just something you felt when you got around them, especially my sisters, because that was crazy.
Yeah.
And
That was
and
crazy.
We witnessed it ourselves.
Yeah, that was
It
crazy.
ourselves.
Yeah.
Any last comments?
Well, we're here to support you and to show that ongoing love for you and to welcome your extended family as we've done. And hopefully we can all get together at some point, both sides, father's side, mother's side, our side, at some point in time in the future.
When would that be? Because that sounds like a wedding.
I don't know.
just wondering. Okay, sorry.
Or we
Good.
can all meet on Florida at some point, how's
That
that?
would be
I mean,
nice.
okay, yeah, that works. Okay,
At
good.
the timeshare.
Any last comments, Mommy?
It's been a beautiful experience, meeting the family and adopting in general. It has we have so many wonderful memories with Chalisa from her babyhood right up.
Yeah.
And even though we went through hard times during her teens, as I said, the good times definitely outweigh the bad. So we love her. We always will. We're proud of her accomplishments, and we look forward to seeing her do great things.
Anyway, thank you guys for tuning into this interview with me and my parents. If you have any other questions, you can leave them in the comments. See you all later.